we've always been able to debate. Always. That's one of the reasons some people migrate here, is because you can say what you think and you can have it out rhetorically on the street corners and everywhere. It's the land of the free. But in recent weeks, things have taken a dramatic and dark shift, particularly on our campuses, because we normally could say very crazy, incendiary things, but we typically on college campuses, because of, well, the law, wouldn't see targeted campaigns about how we hate Jews or blacks or women over and over and over, how we really would love it if the Jews would just die. And America too, for that purpose, for that matter. As America's young people right now, and their professors, let's not forget about them, are increasingly embracing not just anti-Israel messages, not just Israel should stop the bombing campaign in retaliation for the murder and torture of 1,200 of its citizens, but actual anti-Semitism like death to the Jews, like, hey, Hamas, here's your next target. That's problematic, reminiscent of 1930s Europe. Perhaps nowhere is this more evident than on the lovely campus of Columbia University. A lot of people go there because it supposedly has a master's in journalism program that is very alluring to some. I can speak on behalf of journalism when I say, get out. Do not complete your education there. You're wasting your money. It's pointless unless you want to go work for, I guess, Al Jazeera, in which case it might help you out. One of the leaders of the anti-Israel movement on this campus has now been outed as someone who has the small belief that these so-called Zionists, they don't deserve to live. Meet Kamani James. Kamani James is one of the leaders of the movement in a video flagged in part by the Daily Wire.
Why would we want people who are supporters of genocide to live? Zionists, along with all white supremacists, need to not exist because they actively kill and harm vulnerable people. They stop the world from progressing. And so be glad, be grateful that I'm not just going out and murdering Zionists. I've never murdered anyone in my life, and I hope to keep it that way. Philosophically speaking, the death of a maniacal genocidist like Netanyahu in Israel, his death would theoretically mean that many people would live. Zionists don't deserve to live. The existence of Nazis, white supremacists, Zionists, these are all the same people. The existence of them and the projects they have built, i.e. Israel, it's all antithetical to peace. I feel very comfortable calling for those people to die. See you in New York real soon.
Okay. Kamani, who apparently goes by he, she, they, has now been barred from campus after this all went public and has issued a non-apology of sorts, quote, regretting the words, but blaming far-right agitators, claiming to have been taken out of context on all the calls for the Jew killing, saying, I had been feeling unusually upset after an online mob targeted me because I am visibly queer and black. Oh, you go, boy. You do it. You play the black card and the queer card. Yeah. Or girl, or get they, boy and girl. I don't know what you are. How about just don't say that people deserve to die, Kamani? How about that? Like all the Jew killing, maybe what got you in trouble. And by the way, he was called to testify in front of the Columbia board because of his terrible behavior. He said this publicly, and there was absolutely no consequence to him. Go ahead, call for all the Jews to be killed. No problem. Only when it became public did this become an issue for him. This so-called apology came a day after Kamani and others were visited by none other than Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, whose own daughter is part of the anti-Israel crew. She and her daughter were apparently seen embracing and glad-handing with this guy because they had no problem with the Zionists do not deserve to live, Zionists don't deserve to live, and you should be grateful I'm not murdering any of them, and I hope at least that I'm going to keep it that way. They had absolutely no problem doing that. Here's a bit from the Congresswoman on her visit right afterward.
I think it is really unfortunate that people don't care about the fact that all Jewish kids should be kept safe and that we should not have to tolerate anti-Semitism or bigotry for all Jewish students, whether they are pro-genocide or anti-genocide.
You see, that's how we look at the Jews. The Jews, you may not know this if you're Jewish, you're either pro-genocide or anti-genocide. And if you happen to support Israel retaliating for the slaughter of its citizens, that means you're pro-genocide, just in case you're playing at home. Farther north, up at Harvard, Steve McGuire posted this on X, protesters taking it upon themselves to raise the Palestinian flag over the John Harvard statue in place of the Stars and Stripes. This is unbelievable. For the listening audience, what happened there was they took down the American flag and they raised up the flag of Palestine on an American campus, one that we fund with our tax dollars. You pay for it, I pay for it, and when these snot-nosed kids get out of Harvard, you're going to repay their loans, thanks to Joe Biden. You're paying for it all. All the truckers listening to this show right now, as you get our goods from the West Coast to the East, you're paying for it. You're going to pay for those snot-nosed kids' education, thanks to Joe Biden and his loan forgiveness, which was done without the approval of the U.S. Congress, but with his magic pen. You get to pay for it, okay? And if you send your kid to Harvard, let's say he overcomes the odds and gets in there, and he happens to have one night of sex with a woman he doesn't know that well, and in the morning she has the Sunday morning regrets and accuses him of rape, he's effed. He's going to get tried and convicted by a kangaroo court in which the prosecutor is the same person as the investigator, and it's one and the same because it's a victim's rights advocate. He won't get to see the evidence against them. He won't get to cross-examine his accuser. He won't have a right to an attorney. He will just get convicted and labeled a sex offender, all on your dime. There you go. Welcome to the American universities. Raise that Palestinian flag. Let's get rid of all the American flags, okay? Let's bring in the Sharia. Sure. Great. See how they like you in your little tank tops then. Further south, at Emory University, a professor found herself on the receiving end. These professors are so pathetic. They're so desperate to be part of the action. They've had no life, you see. They went right into academia. They thought that they were going to have something fulfilling, but they wound up having to just be these woke warriors, and there's no fulfillment in it. Look at what happened to this lady when she wound up on the wrong end of a very unhappy officer after she tried to inject herself in a scuffle with the protesters.
Get on the ground, I said! Oh my God! Give me some cops! My head! You just hit my head! On the concrete! Oh my God! You people are fascists! You are Hitler! You are laughing dog! Shame on you!
Right on. That's the way you do it, cops. Like a boss, that guy handled that. She was interfering with a police officer trying to subdue a protester and apparently make an arrest. She made it her business to come over and try to get in the middle of it. He told her to get back on the grass, away. She didn't listen. She resisted arrest repeatedly. By the way, she's a white lady, okay? This doesn't just happen to black people in Chicago who resist arrest. She resisted arrest and she was handled appropriately. And just in case you had any doubt, here she is later admitting that she hit an officer on the head prior to this.
I saw a large man pinning one of our students to the ground, pressing on his neck and potentially choking him, causing life-threatening injury. And so I impulsively hit him on the head very lightly to get his attention. and they grabbed me, threw me to the ground, and arrested me. And they are now injuring my arms. They smacked my head on the pavement, and you can see
you deserved
that
it.
They hit my face on the concrete, and there's probably bruised, and you can see scratches. And they are now manhandling me without any
we don't care
of due process.
The due process will come when you get to jail, madam. You deserved it. And as for your claim that they were George Floyding that protester,
Sure,
we don't believe that either. You deserved to be knocked down and arrested and have your hands behind your back and handcuffed. And no one gives two shits if you're uncomfortable at all. By the way, it's not just on campuses. Saturday night, protesters gathering outside of the White House Correspondents Dinner in Washington, unfurling, yes, you guessed it, a giant Palestinian flag from a hotel window. Great. Some lying on the streets outside of the hotel, along with fake blood-covered press vests in an attempt to tell the media that they are hashtag part of the problem. One unhinged person in a mask, of course, confronting Katie Pavlich, my old pal from Fox News and Town Hall, who caught this moment on camera.
You're not welcome here. You're not welcome here. You're not welcome here. Why don't you fucking cover 34,000 people dead? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You are so complicit in this genocide, and you don't even care. We're a spectacle to you.
Grand Canyon University, a private Christian university in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, believes in equal opportunity and that the American dream starts with purpose. Change the world for good by putting others before yourself. Whether your pursuit involves a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, GCU's online, on campus, the campus is gorgeous, and hybrid learning environments are designed to help you achieve your unique academic, personal, and professional goals. With over 330 academic programs as of September, GCU meets you where you are and provides a path to help you fulfill your dreams. The pursuit to serve others is yours. Let it flourish. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.